Sup guys, this is another video, 24 hours in the fells. These are becoming regulars. So myself, Giant Man Legend James holding the camera.
What's up?
Basically, it's been an interesting month. Obviously, the body has taken a little bit of a battering. I'm recovering now. Cellulitis is kind of clearing up. Can you do that one? Lovely.
You look like you've had someone's cut your throat.
Can you see that one?
Yeah.
That one.
The lap boob took some shave.
That was that shave. So that was the cellulitis, but there, it's got a funny colour because that was so deep you could kind of put your finger in there.
Oh, nice.
Not that you want to.
Do you know when you see in a marathon people's nipples are chafing and they're bleeding? I love it's your lap boobs.
It was so, but you could. It was weird. When I was in the hospital, you could actually. I was like putting my finger in it, going, "Excuse me, doctor, what is that?" And he was like, "Stop putting your finger in there."
Medically, had they ever seen that before? Had they ever seen a lap boob? Let alone a hole in one.
So rocked on down to Keswick, where we are going to be busting out some sprints, some hill sprints, some running, but real fartlek training as well. Just because talk about this a lot in the blueprint. I'll put a link to this in the bio, but where I'm at right now, recovery mesocycle. Put simply, intensity is low and volume is low. Just because body's been through a lot. I've asked quite a lot of my body, and also as well kind of neglected the legs. So it's going to be really nice to get back and get running. Also, I'll post some pictures and some videos. I mean, you've got some pretty ropey ones of me.
It was epic, man. Yeah. Well, I mean, the last time I saw Ross before today, which was just under a month ago, Ross was in a hospital bed. So there's quite a change, and you were about 10 kilos heavier as well.
I was. That's a good thing.
You nearly hit 100 kilos. What you back to? Said you're back to 90 now.
That is an excellent point. I mean, I'm not recommending it, but cellulitis is slimming. So I'm about 91 kilos right now, but obviously neglected my legs for so long because I was swimming. So it's going to be really nice to put some stress and stimuli through the joints in the lower body. Also on that note as well, I'll post some pictures, but basically there's a fair few studies talking about how certain antibiotics can actually cause tendon damage and really sort of interfere with that. So really being quite cautious. And this is the thing, any athlete going through a recovery mesocycle needs to understand that this period is almost just kind of that mechanotransduction that I talk about quite a lot, you know, putting stress and stimuli through the joints, ligaments, tendons, making sure that the kinetic chain, the body, how it's all working cohesively together, sort of repairing any weak links, basically. So today, the plan is there is no plan.
There is no plan, but we're going to do some hard things, up some hills.
This is it, hill sprints. I love doing hill sprints. Might do some barefoot hill sprints just because I love that it purposely and powerfully encourages you to forefoot strike, encouraging good biomechanics. I haven't run in ages as well, so I'll probably be all over the shop. But it's very much fartlek training today. Intervals, might be 5K, might be 10K, but just seeing how all of this feels with some flapjack, with some pre-workout. No idea how this is going to go. And then we've got burgers later.
Always.
Yes! Okay, so this is, I don't really have a title for this. Barefoot intervals? Barefoot streaking.
What? Hang on, what? Avoiding tendonitis in the Lake District, you know, something like that.
Yes!
Let's go.
It puts you in that position, so you're almost falling forward.
Yeah.
With each step. It is nuts. How light is your back?
Oh, this is quite a light one today, I think, 5 kilos. Ooh.
Oh, look at this. Where are we now?
So we're in a little town called Braithwaite.
Oh yeah! Cameraman Ross. Where are we now?
So this is Braithwaite. The beauty of Keswick is you're just surrounded by fells, so Skidder, Barrow.
What's Skid that? What
Skidder's that one over there.
That
it's
one.
Massive. That's the local uphill time trial. There's a segment on that one called, I shan't say the word because it's a real word, it's a C word. It's called Carlside Killer C word, and it is just straight up. I used to have a record on that, but it got nicked off me during lockdown. I was gutted about that.
Right, what are we doing later?
Not that.
Get a burger.
Oh, so savage.
So what? Here?
Yeah, basically from the bottom of, you see the fields in the valley, up that really steep flank of it, and then there's also the segment that goes all the way to the top, I'm the only one that's got that in under half an hour.
Yeah!
Yeah, humble brag. But yeah, so where we're going today is up here, so you can see basically Barrow, and there's a fell race that comes this way. And so we're going to go onto a nice grassy slope, so Ross's feet are... Give it a bit of cushioning so we're not on like shitty gravel the whole time.
Yeah, this will be unpleasant.
This would hurt. And basically just do that, and the beauty of this one is it gets gradually steeper, so as you get more fatigued, you basically end up having to work harder, but there's less impact. So when all your little micro supporting muscles start to get tired, they don't have to do as much stabilisation because you're not moving at the same speed. It's more than just about quads, hamstrings, glutes, like the power. So
I have a feeling
it's like pain, but kind on the body, tough on the mind. It's what we love.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. We need that on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
I have a feeling my Achilles are not going to be happy today.
Oh man. We shall see.
I do feel a bit lighter. Well, I am a bit lighter.
You look leaner.
I was so big in Scotland.
Your Project Get Chubby kind of worked.
I've got to be honest, I do miss that a bit. I was so big. I was so warm. Yeah. I'm just cuddly.
Right, so we've done a warm up.
Okay, we are about to get naked on our feet. These have recovered now, but I had I think it was called a non-frozen injury where I believe, don't quote me on this, but it's kind of like nerve damage, because obviously with the cellulitis, I also had a sprinkling of hypothermia. And that still feels weird. My feet feel furry.
Well, so Cal, who was there at the finish when he came in, she took a photo of you when you were lying in the bed, didn't she? She's just got a photo of your foot hanging out of a bed. And this is before we went to hospital.
Yeah.
I think we should post that photo for everyone to see.
I think, yeah, insert dead man's feet now.
Yeah, I mean, Cal's a vet, and she basically said, as did the medic, that the only time she's ever seen things that colour, same as what Damo said, he's only ever seen like human beings that colour when they're dead. You were like a sort of weird grey smurf.
Oh, we can laugh about it now, but at the time.
It was quite worrying at the time.
What should I do? Should I leave my shoes with the sheep?
Yeah, let's entrust them into the care of...
Will they eat them?
They might chew on them a bit, but...
Do sheep eat
Vivos.
Shoes?
TBC.
Oh, no one's going to steal some shoes and get... Okay.
No, they're not, but I stick them in some reeds or something. There's only about 2 people. I can only see 2 people up on there, up on top of there. Put them in a little bit of grass. Yeah, just stash them. I'd love it if there's like a secret shoe treasure hunt going on in the lakes right now.
Oh no, this could go wrong. And they come across
this and they're like, oh my god, we've won the jackpot.
These are my favourite Vivos as well. If someone steals them, I'll be livid.
Nah, you'd be right.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think that'd be okay.
Okay.
Everyone else is going up. Right, so from here on in, we're fully barefoot.
So what, we are pinging it up there?
Yeah, we're going straight up this.
Am I holding it? You know, like the Leaning Tower of Pisa?
Wait. Boom. Something like that. Close enough. So this is actually fell race route now. So this is Stile End. Behind it is outer side. And
this feels nice. It feels bouncy.
Warm up's done, isn't it? So
yeah.
I think we're going to go straight in with some sprints.
So just boom, hold 10-20 seconds.
Yeah, if we do like just multiples of about 15-20 seconds, and we'll just try and maintain that as far up the hill as we can. It will get a lot steeper. Okay. If you're sprinting as fast at the end as you're at the start, I'll be very impressed.
Lower your expectations. Everybody watching, prepared to be underwhelmed. If you're
vomiting, I won't be that surprised.
That is cheeky. That is going to get cheeky.
Well, that's about 10. We're on about 10%, maybe 15% grade here, and it goes up to about 35-40 up there. It's quite steep. So, just for reference, Ross is sprinting as fast as I'd ever sprint. So. No. This is our different build. Like Ross is a born sprinter. I'm born endurance. So you'll probably see me get dropped on all of these reps.
You absolutely won't. Right. And for the record, James is being modest. He is carrying 20 kilos.
No, not quite. Maybe 5.
This is good. This is like Usain Bolt, 200 meters, comes around the bend and shows everybody a clean pair of heels.
Just looks at the camera and goes, yeah, watch this.
I'm like a chubby, small, white...
uphill version of
Usain Bolt.
All right, let's go for round 2.
It is getting cheekier. My Achilles are going, what are you doing? That is horrible.
How are your feet feeling on the barefoot? How's that?
Good. Feels like a carpet.
That's good.
Feels quite nice.
This is beginning to get just marginally steeper here.
Warming up my glutes.
How are the legs feeling?
Oh, I mean, not optimal. I think my Achilles are kind of wondering what's going on, but I always talk about like barefoot biomechanics. I think more people need to do it. And I get so many strange looks sometimes, just pinging it up here. People think I've been robbed and someone stole my shoes, but it's one of the best things. You just said there though, James, as well, like, not only the science of it, I don't want to say the spirituality of it as well. However, there is something, people talk like earthing, grounding. For me, there's definitely something in it. Do you do it?
No, Cal does. Cal definitely loves being out barefoot, and she does feel it like de-stresses her.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But I mean, if I pass the camera, so for what it's worth, what it probably is going on, which is half of it too, is when you're going back into running again, you're going back into a very natural movement pattern. Because you're running barefoot, you're forced to use the legs that we've evolved to use them, whereas when a lot of people go back into running and try and train too much too soon, it's also because they're running in shoes that are designed to allow them to run negatively, to heel strike too heavily, and so they put loads of weight to their knees and their hips when they're not conditioned for it. And so I think the barefoot stuff's good because when you're going back in fresh, it forces you to run correctly, it forces you to use like biomechanics as like a weapon in your favour, to have an extra pair of springs, and so it probably is. It sounds counterintuitive, like surely you need to like build up, and you do, but also there's as much danger going straight into heavy training in a pair of shoes that are going to encourage you to run the way that we haven't evolved to run, which is smashing our heels into the ground. So it's probably like it's like a pro and a con, but you can turn them into pros, provided you like do what you're doing and like just listen to your body and say, okay, you know what, that's enough for today, and just assess the effort and assess the amount you do as well, and that's another thing worth pointing out. When you do start running in barefoot shoes, when most people take your time, like some people will go out and they'll try and run a 10 mile straight away and they'd be crippled for a year. So
yeah,
you do this all the time, so you're used to it and you've got that, I think, built-in knowledge of how you should run. But for most people, just take it easy, take it slow. If you are going to switch to barefoot shoes and barefoot running, like roll into it over time rather than thinking, right, I'm going to go run a half marathon barefoot.
Because people do.
People do that.
Yeah, I see it on social media.
Yeah.
That is, do you know what? That is brilliant. What James said.
These guys are the original fell runners. You ever want to like learn how to run downhill, just try and chase one of these. They're so rapid. They've got 4-wheel drive. This is just getting steeper and steeper.
What is this? Is this Bigfoot?
That's Boris.
Using the Bigfoot trail.
This is a lot steeper now, so you're not like sprinting. If you sprint this, fair play.
How does that give it perspective? Look how thingy it is.
Yeah, no, I know. Whoop, shit, I'm falling down.
That is pretty steep.
It's steep.
This is saying, GPS says steep.
Steep. Yeah, keep going, keep going. Yo!
It is 10 past 2. We have a doctor's appointment for your Olympic lungs.
Yeah. For reference, so we're a bit time constrained here because I was out in Iceland shooting and I stayed too long near a volcano and got volcano lung.
You slept in a volcano?
I slept well, I didn't sleep, Cal slept, I stayed up all night.
Paul, can you put a clip in of you sleeping in the volcano?
Here's me running around a volcano at night. And now I have volcano lungs, so I have to go to a doctor's in about an hour. Just do some reps here.
You always do this, by the way. This is the thing, for anyone who's watched my past videos, remember when we were running and then you taught me dislocated expectations? For those who don't know.
Look at you now. Look at what you've achieved.
For those who don't know, go back over. I can't remember which one it is, or I'll send a link. But basically, dislocated expectations, correct me if I'm wrong here, James, when you think you are done, when you think you're absolutely it, you go, I'm going to do 10 sets of 10. You finish the 10th one. Dislocated expectation.
Yeah, you do another 5 or something.
That is when you have a friend like James and he just goes, dislocated expectation, and you have to do 5 more. So it's exactly this. At the bottom, I put my shoes down, we're going to sprint up there. Now...
Well, you start thinking, oh, there's the summit, I'll assess my effort to get to the summit. But what you really want is halfway up to be told that you're going to just stop and do reps for a minute. Because that's what friendship's about.
Everybody needs a friend like you.
Mutual suffering.
This is it. You are, as we discovered in Scotland, you are a great friend, a brilliant coach.
More on that later.
Yeah.
But also a bit of a bastard.
Yeah, an amazing friend, brilliant coach, but a bastard.
Yeah. Ready? Go.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Achilles, toes, quads.
Straight in. But that's it, it's the full biomechanical chain because you're actually using your feet properly. If you were in normal shoes, you'd just be feeling it in your hamstrings and your glutes, and your calves wouldn't be getting the workout.
That is true.
Or your feet.
That is true. How many people say today I'm going to train my toes?
You. Yeah. Push. Solid, yo.
I wanted it.
It's a good place to start. Barefoot fell running. Little trod going off there. That's a nice little steep grassy bit. So we're on about the steepest part of it now. So again, if I give you a sense of the grade, this is at least 40. So that's probably about level. My camera's saying that's level. So
I have no grip now.
Steep. Getting worked.
Is that rain coming?
I think we'll get away with it. Just about. Tomorrow's meant to be biblical, so do some running in the rain tomorrow. Straight sliding. Maybe let's just walk it for get past this bit, particularly for everyone at home watching this. If you're thinking of doing this outright, you want to spend at least 6 months running barefoot, taking it easy, breaking in before you even think about doing what Ross is doing today. Because it is, you've got to know how to move and your body needs a bit of conditioning. So just, I don't want people coming in to the round crippled, blaming me. Take your time.
Yes. Disclaimer.
Blame him.
Hey! What a view. What a view.
Whew.
This is pretty good. You've taken me up some good fells, but this one's up there.
Yeah, it's a nice moody day as well actually. Clouds are pretty epic.
We'll get an epic sunset as well.
No, it's too cloudy I think. Oh. Never know. We've never really had any, I think you've always been a bit grey when you've been around.
Which was the one we did at that time, when it was just snowing? It was completely...
Oh, that was amazing. So that was over on Cat Bales, which is that one. That was post GB swim.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh, that was hard.
You were in a vest, it was like minus 5 and snowing.
Yeah. Hey, this is good. This is really good. I think what's interesting, we were talking about this at the start though, the whole purpose of this run, usually if you're in your build mesocycle, you'll be looking at anaerobic fitness, that lactic threshold, so you'll be gunning it, taxing the lungs. If it's that sort of like base mesocycle, more aerobic fitness and just lung capacity, that zone 2 type training. But this, it's like none of those. I've breathed a bit heavy at certain bits. It's been kind of aerobic, but it's stress and stimuli through the joints. And there's been a few sprints there when me and James were talking, I was a bit like, ooh, my Achilles is kind of going, what's going on? And it's that physiological intuition. It's so important when periodizing your training. Too many people just go and just like gun it. Jay, you made such a good point, which is like people who start barefoot running or in minimalist shoes, they go and run a marathon. It's just like, you wouldn't start weight training, stick 300 kg on the bar and go, let's see what a squat feels like, and it just folds you. It's the same sort of principle. You've got those small, tiny little muscles that kind of go, whoa, what's going on? So this has been wicked. It's what I needed. It's what the doctor ordered. And now we're going to get some burgers.
Now we have to leg it back to get meet the doctors, and then we're going to go eat some food.
Doctors, volcano lungs, burgers. Day well spent. 24 hours in the fells.
We trusted the world's let us down. What's happened?
Oh, someone stole my shoes.
We've come back to where they are, and they've just gone.
Oh no, maybe.
Someone's
do you think the sheep, are there any suspicious looking sheep?
I don't think a sheep are taken.
They were my favourite pair of Vivos.
If we're in luck, we'll get down to the gate and someone's left them by the gate or something.
I hope. Anybody watching this in Keswick, if you've taken my shoes.
If you took a pair of Vivos.
Oh no.
Have a look at yourself in the mirror.
Well, I guess I'm running tomorrow's run with no. It's a barefoot
weighted run.
Brilliant.